What's up, y'all? It's Matt with Family Tradition Farms. Hey, we finally got this field buffer strip worked up. Let me show you exactly what we've got going on here. So from the edge of the woods, 30 foot out, is a buffer strip that we're installing. Now this goes all the way around the woods, up and around to the other side, 30 foot out all the way around. Now there's a couple big reasons we are putting this in. First off is the limbs. Yeah, nobody likes getting their equipment scratched up. Nobody likes getting sticks cracking on windows. So yeah, we're getting rid of those. On top of that, you're always gonna have a yield drop because the roots of the trees. Now, fun fact, to figure out how big the mass of the roots of the trees are, basically look to where the edge of the branches are. So if you look all the way out here where they come down, you can figure that's about where the root base is. So there's about 30 foot all the way around this woods that's competing for water and nutrients and sunlight because of the woods next to it. So it's really unproductive ground. So it's more beneficial for us to put this buffer strip in. Now I've been working with the USDA. They've got a seed recommendation that I purchased that should be 100% native grasses. This was also planned for wildlife habitat, so we do have some deer and quail and some other wildlife in the area, and because we're open cornfields, there's not a whole lot of protection for them. So this extra buffer strip is going to help them, just give them some natural habitat. You can see it goes all the way down 30 foot out. Same thing on this side, which is the top of the hillside, right about where the outside of the branches are hanging out. You can figure is about where the roots of the tree are. So again, this top side 30 foot out, very unproductive ground. So this is a project we've been working on for several days, on top of doing some waterways, on top of just straight digging ditches, including the one that runs along this buffer strip. Now we are still several weeks out from planting. We're just now the middle of March, but while I've got the skid steer rented, I wanted to get this ground worked up, because since I am no-till, I don't even own a disc. I couldn't come through here and work it, and they recommend broadcasting this seed into a works field bed. So this is roughed up, it's nice and fluffed up. It's a really good seed bed now. I know it's gonna get rained on several times, but I do have a drag and a spike harrow that I can run over this and just get it fluffed up whenever I come in and broadcast the seed. So long story short, you don't have to farm all the way to the tree line. In fact, a lot of times you're not only wasting money, but you're also putting scratches on your equipment, you know, knocking off mirrors. That could potentially cost you money as well. So if you're considering putting in a buffer strip at all, especially around the woods, remember to look where the outside of the tree limbs are hanging, and you want to go at least that far out from the woods. In this case, it was roughly 30 foot out. You can kind of see the blue flags along there of where 30 foot is. And it's 30 foot all the way around. That's a good base on how far out the roots are from the trees. So realistically, everything else out here should not be competing for water, not be competing for nutrients. It should be good productive ground now. Anyways guys, if you got any questions, comments, ideas about buffer strips around your fields or around your woods, let me know. I don't know everything, but I can definitely shoot you in a direction, give you some contacts of people that might be able to help. Strongly recommend, consider doing this, guys. It's not only gonna protect your equipment, it's gonna protect your bottom dollar too. What's up, y'all? Hey, we're back out here. It's a beautiful morning here in southern Indiana. I'm working up the buffer strip all the way around the wood line. Now, we worked this up with a power rake about a month ago, really. Several rains since then. It's hard again, so we're coming back with a couple different tools. Let me show you what we got here. First off, we're coming through with the just gravel rascal. All we do is we've got the shanks down, so it's really kind of busting up this soil here. It is leaving a little bit of a ridge. You know, it's only working up in between here, so I'm gonna have to hit it several times back and forth to get it where it is worked up smoothly and doesn't have a bunch of ridges. My plan is to work this whole thing all the way around with the ripper one time. After I get all the way 30 foot out, I got my flags marked here. After I get 30 foot out, I'll come back with the disc. Now this is just a 2-inch receiver mounted hitch. All it is just mounts onto the back of the four-wheeler. Really aggressive little disc. I think this is called the Groundhog Max. Had it for years, used to make deer food plots with it, and it worked great. Now we're gonna make a buffer strip with it. So I'm gonna get back after it. We're gonna keep on ripping, get this ripped, and then we'll hook on the disc. So this disc has a really interesting design. It hard pins in right into the 2-inch receiver here. So what you have to do is you actually have to back over into a ditch because it sits lower, and it actually uses the weight of the four-wheeler to push the disc down into the ground. Now it's not very wide at all, so it takes a lot of back and forth to get it all disced up. But since it's mounted, you can actually go backwards too. So I get to the end, stop, I can back up, turn around, and keep going. So that keeps me from having to make big circles out in the field, big figure 8s, and coming back in. I can work up just what I'm wanting to get worked up here. So I'm gonna get this set, take off, and disc this up. Really nice feature here. We can just kick it into reverse, back up. And we're turning back around to keep going. Yeah, we got the seed spread here for the buffer strip. I didn't film it because, well, there's a storm popping up. Probably be here in about 30 minutes or so, so I was just trying to get it done. I wanted to show you guys the seed. This is what we're spreading. I just got a little bit left. Unfortunately, my little hand spreader here wouldn't feed the big seed, so I just had to walk down through and shake it all the way up and around. So this is a blend of 100% native grasses and native plants, fescues, legumes, all sorts of stuff like that. The list is absolutely huge of all the different things that are in there. I worked with the NRCS, USDA on creating this concoction of native grasses and native seeds. That way it's going to really help support wildlife. As I was walking around, I was jumping up a couple coveys of quail. We've got deer in here, we got squirrels. It's really going to help increase the habitat for these native creatures. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. I strongly recommend putting in a buffer strip around your woods if you have some relatively unproductive ground and you want to protect your equipment and your bottom dollar. So I thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thanks, and you guys have a good one.